Underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Steps away to his left. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Caleb Balaj. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll set up the screen to Balaj. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. The first carry for the shifty Tariq Cohen. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Not much there, only a yard.
Brandon, you know this is going to be discussed because this is the fear of all the backs when they run this type of a route. They've got to find the football, and sometimes they don't see the defender. And in this case, he took a pretty good shot for his efforts, but give him credit, able to hold on to the football.
And the Rams defense gets to him again behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Shotgun, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Trying to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Balaj. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. They run it with Balaj. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Flushed out right. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's what really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he fires one. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10.
19-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. It was Roquan Smith who got his big hand in there to knock it away. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And it's fielded at the 34. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Bears take over.
44-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
It's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Chicago.
And again this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Back at the 49-yard line.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this will be caught by Mooney. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
And it's third down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 7 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
3rd and 8.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn it.
Oh, how to get it up. And the Chicago Bears are in the end zone.
And you don't see this one very often, but that one was blocked, deflected, whatever you want to call it, and they were able to pick it up and advance it into the end zone for a touchdown.
And as a punter with the heels of your shoes in the back of that end zone, tough spot to be in. The nightmare scenario plays out. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Being chased out left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
He's going to launch it for Washington. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Now a handoff looking right. He's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. There, it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Derwin James.
The 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Take over 1st.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Bud Dupree in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Let's go on that attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage. That's all.
On the play. And it's third down.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. I think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead. Not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
35-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
The kicker on for the extra point.
Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory, just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. And the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And it's third down.
Out of the gun now on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Rams have got it going away. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone. And now wanting to risk anything here late in the half. He'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, and suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jerk. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. These guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Side and complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 40.
A gain of 14.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. Back to throw now on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been any. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamental.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off inside the 5. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Balaj. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
45-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They run the option on 2nd down.
And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 37. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Flush to his right. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A gain of 3, second down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. David Moore, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does, depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And now here is another interception. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Trying to lay one up deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. Just a little bit
thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
He better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll drop to throw.
23 yards.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And, oh, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
4th down.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. An opportunity for them to salt this game away after that 4th down stop we just witnessed as they hold a commanding 3-score lead in the 4th quarter. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Clock keeps moving.
And he's able to get this to the 30-yard line before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 40. That one goes for 24 yards. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 right at the 40. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. This one into the hands of the running back, Melange. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That is caught at the 7. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A good pickup there at 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. Good gain there on first down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds and keeps it.
Oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Yetur Gross-Matos, his second sack of the night.
It's second down.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. This will be caught inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps them pick up the first. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. That one looks like he'll throw here. Penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that could be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Dancing to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it from the pick. Look at the joke. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Connect the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it.
Picks the score. Rams 31. Bears 16.
Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for two. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that two-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for L.A., they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.